Hi everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm super excited to share with you this Tim Holtz and Simon Says Stamp exclusive for December 2022 called Chilly and Freezy. It's these cute little snowmen, and they definitely fit in with Tim's other holiday release. This is a gift with a $25 or more purchase at Simon Says Stamp of Tim Holtz product. So here is what the set looks like, and I am going to build some fun projects mixing and matching other dies from my stash. Some are going to be Tim's, some are going to be Mama Elephants. I'm using the Mama Elephant Arch Snow Globe to make this cute little ornament. I'm going to use some honeybee stamps, the jar dies. I'm going to be using honeybee stamps, their snow globe. So just kind of really sharing, mixing and matching. The majority of the dies I'm using today are Tim Holtz, and I'm kind of mixing and matching the Chilly and Freezy gift with purchase with some of the other things. I'm also mixing and matching from a lot of his holiday Sizzix release because they're absolutely amazing and work really, really well together. So the first thing I'm doing is I did die cut the components for my Arch Snow Globe from Lawn Fawn textured cardstock. I'm using almost exclusively Lawn Fawn textured cardstock when you're seeing colored cardstock today. It has a little texture to it. I guess that's why it's called texture cardstock, but I love it because it gives just a little something to the plain solid cardstock. I splattered the background of my Arch Snow Globe, and I also splattered the greenery. Now this particular greenery, let me grab that set so I can make sure and give you the correct name of this set, is the Modern Festive set from Tim Holtz, and I splattered this with some white gouache to kind of give it the flocked snowy type of look, and you're going to see that repeated throughout my projects today. For my snow globe shaker tags or ornaments, whatever you want to make them, I have the frame, and I'm going to glue that to a solid die cut piece of acetate. I'm often asked what acetate I prefer, and I really love either Lawn Fawn or Hero Arts acetate. I am using Hero Arts acetate for my shakers today. After I've glued the acetate to the back of the front frame, I am going to go ahead and glue 4 layers of that frame to the back. Instead of messing with foam tape, I decided to just die cut the frame multiple times from white cardstock and stack them one on top of another on the back. This is going to give a much cleaner look. It's really a lot easier. No sticky foam tape or anything like that. And it will be high enough, or give enough depth, I should say, for the shaker sequin mix I'm going to use. I also die cut the snow, and I'm only going to use 1 layer from this set from some of the new white velvet cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. This is fantastic for texture. I'm going to glue like a darker shade along the bottom edge of my snow globe, and then I have Chilly and Freezy here. If you purchased, or if you've considered purchasing the brand new Snowman set called Twig and Stump, so cute. So we have Twig and Stump and Chilly and Freezy from Tim's 2022 release. They would all work really well together. I die cut my snowmen from some of that same white velvet cardstock, and I'm gluing them to some solid black cardstock snowman pieces. I really love that the backer fits whether the snowman is facing left or right, as you can see here. It's the same backer piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and layer together all of the scarf and hats and earmuff pieces that come with Chilly and Freezy. So you get the scarf set, you get a hat set, some earmuffs set, the carrot nose, the arms, and the snowman, and 1 heart. That's a bunch of dies, you guys, for a gift with purchase. And I think probably the thing that I love the most is how well this works with the other products from Tim's Sizzix release this year. if you are wanting to maybe pick up some of those, if you haven't already, or you're wanting to pick up some other Tim Holtz product, and this is just going to work so well with everything, and it is so, so cute. I am going to continue to layer all of the little pieces. I do highly recommend with some of these little pieces like this, using something like an embellishment wand that I'm using here to help you be able to pick up the pieces easily and put them right where you want them to go. Maybe. The earmuffs are trying to get away from me. And then we're going to build our snowmen. And the arms are so super delicate, but they are really so fun. Really, really fun. I loved building all of these little pieces. You guys know I'm a huge fan of die cutting. December is one of my favorite months all year long, since the focus is on die cutting. And we are going to have a great month starting here in a couple of days, and lots of new with the December release on the 1st, and then lots and lots of fun inspiration and fun things all month long. And I love that we're starting a little early here on Cyber Monday 2022 with this Tim Holtz promotion. Now, this is available while supplies last, so definitely put your order in for Tim Holtz products right away, so you get this set. I'm sure that Simon Says Stamp has lots of these, as the demand for Tim Holtz product is usually very, very high. So I'm just going to put one of those little ear muffs back behind his head and one in front. And I think once you add the carrot nose, the snowman just comes to life. I'm using some reverse tweezers to kind of help hold and clamp everything down in place. Something I found that helped a lot was only putting glue on the neck portion of the scarf. This gives a little bit more play if you need to tuck something underneath the scarf, for example, maybe the arm or something like that. Okay, they're looking pretty cute. I think the last thing I have to add to these guys is the arms. And again, pretty delicate. Tweezers are a huge help here. And I'm going to glue one to the front and one to the back. Now, a lot of the steps you're going to see with this first project are going to be repeated throughout. So I will speed up the video because it's a lot of assembly, but I wanted to share a lot of different projects, either using Tim Holtz dies or using this Chili and Freezy set with other Tim Holtz dies. And I'm even using other Tim Holtz dies with this first project, as I mentioned, with the modern greenery one, and then I'm using other dies from my stash with the Mama Elephant. I have mentioned this quite a bit here lately. Mixing and matching from your stash is one of the best ways to really kind of extend the life of the product that you have invested in. Don't be afraid to completely mix and match products from different companies to really make it your own. And then we're going to kind of make it look like they're hugging with their arms. So cute. And I did assemble my snowmen on the front of the shaker. I tend to like to do a lot of my stuff on the front of the shaker if I don't want the shaker material to be covering them up. And we're going to glue the heart right there at the top. And then while we're working on the front of our snow globe, I'm going to adorn the bottom with some greenery. And the greenery to me just makes this project. I absolutely love it. I'm going to place the larger greenery pieces kind of coming up each side, and then we're going to adhere the smaller greenery pieces. And then from another brand new set, or another 2022 set from Tim. This is, I've got to find the name of it. I don't have all of the names memorized quite yet. So let me peek at this one really quick. This is the Christmas cutouts, which is probably one of my favorites. This and the Snowmen are my favorite. And I'm going to use the letters to customize each of my projects today. So you're going to notice that each of them are going to feature a sentiment from this. But this one's going to say love, which I thought was really cute. And I did end up, because it is a single die that die cuts the words, but I wanted the O to kind of be a contrast. And you'll notice that in each of them, sometimes or most of the time I did them in other colors, but I'm not going to waste those extra pieces. I'm actually going to use them as an extra layer to make my letters a little chunkier. So they're 2 layers of cardstock. I'm just going to use that other color behind it to help lift it up a little bit. But the letters are all red except for the O, which is the heart, which is pink, but the inside is going to be the red. So I'm going to put the layer of pink down first, just opposite of what I did for the outside. I think I might have had one leftover red heart from something, so I just went ahead and stuck it down. Now, after I get all of my letters down here on the front, I can go ahead and assemble the shaker, and I want to fill it with some sort of shaker material. I'm using just random sequin mixes that I have in my stash. I think we all probably have lots of different sequins in our stash, or seed beads, or other shaker material. Shakers have been kind of popular for quite a few years now. And this is always a great way to kind of use up some of those products and get them into something, get them into a fun project, I guess I want to say. And then I do have the little topper for my tag. I'm just going to glue to the front, just like that. So cute. I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to fill that shaker well with our snowflake sequins. I want to say these are maybe honeybee stamps from several years ago, but I'm not exactly sure. Just going to kind of try to even those out a little bit. And then I did customize the back. I didn't do this on all of them. I wanted to show, if you wanted to make this more as like a gift tag ornament, you could always take sentiments from any stamp set in your stash and stamp it and like add a to and from if you want to. And I always like using tags like this and using them as gift tags, but almost like a gift within a gift. So once the gift has been given, the recipient can then use the tag as an ornament. I always like to try to make it something that can be reused. But this fun little bright shaker, I can tell you already, is going to adorn my tree in my studio. And I did make 2 of these. I did send one to Tim for his live. So I had to make myself another one so that I would have one to hang on my little Christmas tree that I keep in my craft studio that has a lot of bright, colorful ornaments on it. And I thought it was just too cute. I had to have one. So now I am going to glue the backer on that we just stamped. And then we're going to secure the hole reinforcer to the back of this shaker tag. And I'm kind of playing around with different embellishments, trying to decide what all I want to use here. I definitely think a little white pom-pom on the snowman hat. I thought about using bells. I ended up not using bells on this one, but I will show you bells on the next tag I make. I'm going to put through some Lawn Trimmings twine from Lawn Fawn in this great aqua color, and then I've got some red ribbon here that I am going to just tie through the whole reinforcer and tie into a little bow. I added some crystal lacquer to the heart, the carrot noses, the letters, and then the heart in the word love. And as I looked at my tag, I thought the greenery really needs some little red berries. So I went ahead from the same die set and die cut some red berries, and I'm going to glue those in place and also finish those with crystal lacquer. You can use crystal lacquer, glossy accents. I will be using both in my video today for all of my projects. And I think it really adds a lot to the finished project, gives it that beautiful glossy raised finish. Anything you can do to kind of elevate the design. And in my opinion, this is one of the best ways to add just some texture and interest to your tags or cards. And that pom-pom is literally one of my favorite things. Now, before the glossy accents or crystal lacquer dries, I am going to take a little snowflake clay embellishment and pop that into there right on the letter O, and that is going to finish this off. I did decide I didn't like the jingle bells, so I'm going to remove my ribbon and I am going to just tie it into a little bow instead. And of course, I had to fuss with the ribbon forever. I don't know why. Bows are hard. But we will get it all squared away. It's going to be really, really cute. I absolutely love how the tag turned out. And I hope it inspires you to maybe look at dies that you have in your stash that would work with Chili and Freezy, and think of ways that you could incorporate them into some super fun Christmas and winter themed projects. And I love that it's snowmen, so even though I definitely went with a more holiday Christmas theme, you could very, very easily do a winter theme with these dies. So again, I am back with another arch snow globe. This is a Mama Elephant die, and this time we're going to do more of a rustic craft and red and black type of project, but we're going to use Stump and Twig. We're going to use one of these snowmen from that set for this particular tag, and I've already assembled the tag. Lots of the same product is used. I've done splatter for snow for the background with the white gouache. We're filling the snow globe with a shaker sequin mix. This one's a Hero Arts mix. But we're only going to use one snowman, and this doesn't use the exclusive set, but instead uses, like I said, the Twig and Stump set, which is one of the Tim Holtz 2022 dies. And it's just another snowman type project, but very similar, just a completely different color scheme. And I love how this turns out. So his scarf and hat are going to be red and black. We're going to do the red base on the snow globe. Same thing with our greenery. We're going to put a whole bunch of greenery at the bottom, but I am going to use the word joy this time, and we're going to use some white glitter paper for the heart in the inside of the word joy. Now, I know in the word that comes in that die set, which again, this one is called Christmas Cutouts, the inside of the O is more like an asterisk, I can't even talk, but I ended up using the O from the word love, so I could use the heart again. You guys know I love the hearts. And just really building the snowman exactly like before. And I just wanted to show another option. I love all the little layering pieces, so detailed, but really very, very easy to put together. I love the design on the scarf. Oftentimes with die cuts, I like to make a pattern with a white pen or a black pen or a sparkle pen, but with these dies you don't really have to, and I love how well thought out these designs are. You get all of that great texture. So I'm going to speed up the video quite a bit because it is a lot of assembly, which is pretty basic, but I wanted to leave it in so you could see kind of the thought process, how I come to the design choices and things like that. And I think I kept assembling the carrot nose wrong for this one. I do love that there's a couple of different carrot size noses in the Twig and Stump set. Keep in mind, you can definitely mix and match with Chili and Freezy very, very easily. Probably with the scarves as well, to really customize your projects. Don't be afraid to mix and match all of the different things and really make it yours. I'm going to use a red pom-pom on this hat. And then because I already glued the body down, I did end up having to trim off the arms just a little bit so that they fit easier, but that's no problem. No one but you and I are going to know that. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness, you guys, I absolutely love, love, love all of these snowman projects. We're going to build our word down below again. I really liked that and I think it adds a lot. So we're going to do this in black this time with the white glitter inside. And finishing it with the glossy accents on the black is really going to make that pop, which is what is the final thing we'll do. And I did die cut, I think, the letters twice, and I'm just layering them one on top of another and gluing them down in place. Adding little red berries. And the red glossy accents or crystal lacquer will make the berries stand out. Since the base of this snow globe is red, adding that product will really make those, like I said, stand out. You could do them in a glitter product if you like to use the Nuvo Crystal Drops and White Blizzard. That would be really awesome as well. Give you some glittery berries. Anything you can do to just kind of elevate the design. And I did the carrot nose, the berries, and the word. And then we, of course, need to let this sit aside and completely dry. I am going to glue the whole reinforcer or tag hanger up at the top. I'm going to clamp it with some tweezers, and we're going to move on to the card project. And this does feature Chili and Freezy, but this time we're going to use the Honeybee Stamps mason jar. I think this is, I'm not sure what the name of this is exactly, but it's the jar die. And I thought it would be fun to fill our jar, or imagine we filled our jar with Chili and Freezy, but we're going to adorn the jar with more die cuts. So this time our greenery comes from another Tim Holtz set. And this one, you guys, is called, let me get the right name. And of course, everything. This is Holiday Brushstroke number 3. And that's where the greenery comes from. And then the bow comes from another set. So I'm really mixing and matching the Yuletide. And that's going to be like a wreath set that has a bell. It's really, really pretty. But I'm just mixing and matching from among all of those sets. But I did use Chili and Freezy again. And that is the Gift with Purchase die set. And look how cute they are filling this Honeybee Stamps jar. So again, mixing and matching different companies, different dyes, you can kind of go across the spectrum and really combine things that you have in your stash or maybe that you've picked up this year, because I do believe this is a new dye this year as well, which is one I purchased because I love it and I thought it would be fun for building all kinds of fun little Christmas scenes inside of this jar, like little snow globes. Everything today has a snow globe feel to it, I know, because I am obsessed with them and I think they're really fun. But we are going to just go ahead and build this cute little snowy scene inside the jar. But this time I am going to build it on a card front to show you how it looks on a card instead. But we're going to take the tree from Twig and Stump, also a present from there, and then a different word to adhere. And then I'm going to use one of Tim Holtz's embossing folders for the background. So again, just lots of different products mixed and matched. Chili and Freezy is basically the same, and I'm kind of showing you where I got the bow from there. I showed, I think, the words a little bit earlier. I did die cut the lid for my jar from some silver matte cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And the greenery I really think the greenery just makes each of these projects. I love how it looks. And then we're going to glue the bow down. And there's 3 layers to the bow. I need to add the last layer. I'll add it here in a minute. And some little red berries for all of my greenery again. And here is the embossing folder. Embossed on some craft cardstock. And I am going to take some Distress crayons from Tim Holtz. And I am going to lightly run them over the embossed area. Light green first, and then I'll do a little bit darker green. Let me tell you what colors these are. I am using Fresh Balsam, which I believe is a color from this year, and then Tree Lot, which was a color from last year. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to rub that in mostly to the embossed area, but it's okay if some gets on the background. I just kind of want that illusion of the pine coming in from the edge. Once this is mixed in really nice, I'm going to place this in my splatter box and splatter it with a snowy background. Oh, that's so, so pretty. I love how that turned out. I've also splattered some trees from Twig and Stump. And this is going to be the perfect little background for our mason jar little scene. I've already added glossy accents to the heart. I've added Nouveau Crystal Drops in White Blizzard to the bow so that it's got a glittery finish. I've got my tree. I've got some presents. I actually changed my mind. I decided I didn't want to use 2. I thought I'd use both presents from Twig and Stump, and then I ended up not using either one of these. I decided on a different color combination, and I'm glad I did. I went with the more aqua package, and I like it a little bit better. And we're just going to build this scene right on this embossed background. So let's glue the tree down first, then our mason jar, and finally our present. And here's where I made that executive decision to change the present color. I decided I wanted the present to have some texture. I did use some shiny Bauble Distress Mica Stain on the cardstock to give it just a little bit of interest. It was a little too plain for me or something, and the Distress Mica Stain worked perfect. You know how much I like the mica stains. And I'm going to glue that down. And now we need to add a sentiment. I'm going to use the word hope. I also die cut snowflakes from the Twig and Stump. Twig and Stump has lots of great little pieces in it. This is from white glitter cardstock. We're going to scatter those all over our card. We're going to die cut the word hope from multiple colors of cardstock. We're going to add Nouveau Crystal drops in White Blizzard to the bow on the package so that it is glittery. We're going to glue our sentiment in place up at the top, and instead of doing one color with like a contrast for the letter O, I did all different colors for each of the letters. And I decided I did need a little sentiment strip to go with this. Since it's a card, I tend to like to have a little bit more substance, I guess, for my sentiment. So I will use the Tiny Words Christmas stamp set from Simon Says Stamp to stamp my greeting on white cardstock with black ink and die cut it with a sentiment labels die to adhere right underneath the word hope. And we will adorn the tree with some peppermints from Trinity Stamps, kind of using them as peppermint ornaments on the tree. And we're going to finish the center of the bow with a little clay white snowflake. And I had a lot of trouble getting my sentiment centered. Good thing that the glue didn't dry very quickly, because I really had trouble getting that where I wanted it to go. But I end up loving it. I think it looks amazing. Perfect finishing touch to this very, very fun card. And again, we are going to, I didn't do glossy accents on these letters. I just did Nouveau Crystal drops in White Blizzard on the star in the letter O. So a little bit different than what I did before. Our final project today is going to just be a bigger snow globe version, and I'm not going to use the gift with purchase set, but I am going to use Twig and Stump. And I wanted to show, if you've picked up a larger snow globe, this one is from Honeybee Stamps, that Twig and Stump fit in it perfectly. So it's just going to be a much larger version of the smaller ones that you saw at the beginning of the video. I was thinking as I was working, wouldn't it be cute if I had a bigger snow globe? And I was like, oh yeah, you bought this large snow globe from Honeybee Stamps, so let's see if it fits. And it did, and I thought it was really, really cute. And it allowed me to use the word peace from Tim's set that I really liked. So this time we're going to go with the red and black theme again. And we're going to build our snowmen. I've built my frame for my snow globe. It's very, very similar to the small one. I'm just going to use is it left facing snowman for the shorter squatter snow person, and then the tall guy, which is really fun. And then we're just going to simply build the design. And I have sped this up because a lot of it is repetition of what you've seen before, but I wanted to show you again just how I build these from the ground up and how easy it is if you have all of these components out to just kind of be able to keep creating. Especially some of the dies die cut multiple things, like it'll die cut multiple snowman arms or noses. And so you can really go and build a whole bunch all at one time. I think they would make amazing gift tags if you don't want to build quite as elaborate shaker cards or tags like I've done here. You could do a little bit simpler and like just do a single snowman on regular tags. Anything like that would be fun. You could build a whole little snowman scene along the bottom edge of an art journal or a scrapbook page. So many options. Just using all the different greenery here. I know I've mentioned it many times, but to me, the greenery just makes it. I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of this shaker mix I had from Hero Arts. We're going to mix in, I think the other snowflakes might be from Honeybee Stamps. I was kind of at the point where I was mixing and matching here. We're going to put our backer on. So pretty. I love that. We're going to glue all of our components on the front of the window again. That's going to be our tree and our 2 snowmen, all of our greenery, and then I'm going to spell out the word peace, which is going to be in black and green. And what I love about the word peace is the letter A is a Christmas tree, which I absolutely love. And we are going to do that in the green color, and then we're going to finish the letters in either glossy accents or Nuvo crystal drops in white blizzard. We're going to add glossy accents to the noses of our snowmen, and also add glossy accents to the berries in the greenery. And I will keep using acrylic blocks to kind of help hold things down and hold them flat while the glue is drying. Oh my gosh, you guys, how cute is this snowman scene? I just can't get over all of these fun dies. I absolutely love them. I am ready for December. I would love to know what all you guys would like to see coming up for the month. If there are some dies, other dies from Tim's 2022 release that you would like to see me use, definitely drop me a comment. Let me know. If you would like to see me to use the gift with purchase with some of the other products, let me know that as well. I would love to be able to provide more videos that you want to see during the month of December. And this is another example of reusing or using all of the letters. So I'm simply using the green layer underneath the letters to pop them up and give them a little more substance. I use the black tree back behind the green one for the tree. And this means there's no waste. And I like that it's popped up a little bit better, a little bit thicker or chunkier, has more substance. We're going to add little berries. And I think glossy accents, or maybe if you don't have or don't want to use glossy accents, a glitter cardstock or a contrasting color of cardstock would be really helpful with the berries since the base of the snow globe is red. I'm using some of those snowflakes from TWIG and STUMP again out of white glitter cardstock. I like how they look on the window, especially with the snowflake shaker mix in the shaker. We're just going to do a little trio of snowflakes here. I did use the hole reinforcer from the Mama Elephant Arch Snow Globe set with this honeybee set. It does not come with a hole reinforcer. I think it's was created to be like on the front of a card base, but again, I wanted mine to be more of a tag or an ornament. Here's my glossy accents. Truth be told, I ran out of crystal lacquer through this project because I guess I used too much. So I went ahead and switched over to glossy accents. I love both, so that is totally fine. And then Nuvo crystal drops in white blizzard for our tree, so it's going to be super sparkly and have that great little iridescent clear shine when it's all dry. And then I'm going to set these aside to completely air dry. When they are done air drying, I will add ribbon to the top. I will add some twine hangers. I will add some little jingle bells to both of my craft and red and black tags. I added some jingle bells or ringing bells to those. And those are a Tim Holtz product as well, an Ideology product. Ribbons that I'm using, I believe, are both from Stampin' Up. They're in my stash. I do think these were fairly recent. The twine is all Lawn Fawn twine. I love Lawn Fawn twine. Comes in tons of different colors. I'm going to use the aqua there, and then I'm going to use like the red sparkle for the others. And we're just going to finish assembling these. I'm going to string the bells on, which can be a little tricky. It's partly why I sped this up, because in real time, this took me a minute to get them pointy enough to thread on the ribbon. The ribbon does need to be pretty pliable and probably pretty thin. It does help a lot. And then just kind of fuss with it. I have found, so for my little tag or ornament hangers, however you want to think of it, the twine, I trim it to about 10 inches in length, and that seems to be work really well. So that's kind of my go-to for this year, is to trim it down to about, like I said, 10 inches. In the center of the P, I did add a little clay white snowflake. I added a little black clay snowflake to the chest on my snowman. Again, just dressing them up with fun little finishing details. And then here is a look at all 4 finished projects. So I've got 3 tags. The tags could all be adhered to a card. If you don't want to use it as a tag, it could just be a fun shaker element on a card. And then I have 1 card background as well. I hope this has inspired you and maybe given you some ideas for how to mix and match the dies from your stash, as well as ideas on what to do with the Chilly and Freezy limited edition gift with purchase set from Tim Holtz for December 2022. This is the Cyber Monday kind of exclusive, and we're so very excited about it. We hope that you love it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for the set of 4 projects using the Chilly and Freezy Tim Holtz gift with purchase set. The supplies I used to create my projects are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another video featuring die cutting that you might be interested in. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my amazing Patreon members. If you would like to become a member of Patreon or learn more about it, click the link in the description below for more information. We would love to see you over there as part of our growing community. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Click the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new card making or paper crafting video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.